Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for June 8th, 2024, with your host, T-Picker2448 and Rampant Epsilon.
Hi.
It's the start of all the summer game Christmas thingy stuff that people enjoy.
That was a mouthful.
Yes. Yeah, it's E3 season, which means everyone's doing their big shows and stuff. And we have two of them to talk about. And two of them we can do predictions for if we so desire.
I mean, one of them probably won't have anything big, and the other one is Microsoft.
Yeah. But before we get into any of that, Tommy, what have you been playing the last couple weeks?
Man, outside of what I've mentioned on other streams, because I'm pretty sure I've played Star Citizen and have actually talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, really just today when I did some Fortnite beforehand to make sure that the game wouldn't blue screen my computer, because it completely did while I was trying to run DirectX 12 stuff. Yeah. I don't know why it's broke like that.
Neither do I. I don't have a lot either. I've been sick the last couple weeks, so it's been a lot of sleeping and taking meds and sleeping some more. I have started work on a Ace Attorney 1 Archipelago manual. I have it mapped out up through case 3. We'll see what it looks like with the last two, who are the big ones. Like the real hard big ones, so...
I don't know if I looked at the most updated that you've done.
I think I threw it to you before I did 3, and I did 3 like one night, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, it was before 3 for sure.
Okay, yeah, you see how big 3 is. I think the numbers are accurate. They might not be. I don't remember.
I mean, quick glance, it looks like it.
Okay. Also, I realized you don't get the Magatama in the first game. That's a second game thing, or a second and third game thing.
Yeah.
And in fact, you don't get it until the second case of the second game. I forgot that.
Yeah, the attorney's badge is the only thing that you really consistently have as a starting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you did all 3 games together as one, you would have to make that call of, do you use that as your blocker for games 2 and 3, or do you just treat that as a starting item and go from there?
I would treat it as a starting item, because you would probably... The problem is, using the Magatama just means you do an interrogation. The interrogations require evidence within themselves, so it's like a double lock.
That's why I'm saying I would probably just, in that case, use that as a locker for games 2 and 3 in their entirety.
Yeah.
Which could be a thought, if you were to do all 3 games as one.
Oh God, I just realized. An attorney's badge for Ace Attorney 1. If you wanted to lock out the game specifically to do all 3, an attorney's badge for 1, the Magatama for 2, and a prosecutor's badge for 3.
And you could have that as a random starting item to where you could start one of the 3 games at random.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't try to do all 3 because without doing it on PC or modifying Switch save files kind of deal, you kind of can't do all 3 games and just jump in wherever.
There's not enough save slots.
Yeah. So that might be one of those I probably wouldn't in that sense. That would probably be if you have set up multiple profiles on your Switch and want to do it, then you can.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to get this done this next week, so we'll see how dumb this looks.
I think if you're just doing it for the first game, it shouldn't be too bad. Because, I mean, you're sitting 9 and 27 is 36. 36 and 44 is 80.
Yep.
80 checks is honestly kind of small. Check-wise.
Yeah, but you have 34 items.
Okay, so you have half of your checks as filler.
Okay. I didn't know what the good ratio right there is of like checks to locations.
That's honestly not bad because you really don't want to have a crap ton of filler. You have too much filler, then you're never finding progression, kind of deal.
Yeah.
But if you don't have enough filler, then all you are finding is progression, and then you're going to have half the game open before you can even figure out what the path needs to be. Or you'll have something set up so linear that it's pathetic.
Yeah.
I don't think there's technically a right or wrong spot without just doing testing kind of deal.
Yeah.
But that
it's a game-to-game kind of thing.
Half kind of seems about right. Truthfully, a game like this, depending on how quick you can get through to the checks, could potentially change things too.
I think it's dependent upon how fast you can mash through text and how fast you can choose options.
I did just see something though, and I'm only going to use the first case as an example here. So say you started out, and I see you kind of did what I was saying about the case files. Kind of block everything a little better.
Yeah.
So say you wind up starting with the case file for the first one, and one of the first things you get given is the passport. Logically, that still technically unlocks that check. Except for you can't skip sequence to get to that check. So how are you thinking on that one?
I guess just have it be layered in terms of the logic.
Okay. Because that was just something I just happened to spot, and I'm like, ooh, these longer ones, that's actually going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I still think you're going to probably be playing the cases, maybe not full linear, probably bouncing back and forth between the cases, but the case itself, you're still going to have to play linear because the save file limitation. You can't have a save at every possible check, because Jesus.
The good news is you can save wherever you want in the game. So if you hit a lock, you just save exactly where you are and you just go to a different case.
Other one, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those that you can get case file 1 and the passport and say, okay, I'm going straight to that spot in the case, and then doing that, and then being able to go back. No.
Yeah.
And I think
the complicated part of this is playing all 5 is in theory is you having to jump back and forth between cases at the same time, which is why I call it Phoenix's nightmare. You're essentially playing Phoenix if he's having a nightmare about these 5 cases and he's trying to solve all 5 of them at the same time. And so you're supposed to like feel like you're swapping back and forth and going, oh god, wait, I'm here now. What do I do again?
The other thing you might have to take into consideration, I know you've got it in there as 1 case file to start with. I would run some test seeds once you get it all done.
Yeah.
You might have to bump that to 2.
Yeah.
It sounds dumb, but it might have to be bumped to 2. It might make it too linear.
Well, if it's just 1, then you've got, like, what is it? Right now, it's like 4 checks. At worst, you're stuck at 4 checks. Or 1, 2, 4, 5 checks, or 3 checks. So it probably have to be 2 to give you enough to start with.
The reason I'm saying you might have to do that too, what's stopping it from, say you get the first case, what's stopping it from going ahead and letting you finish that case before giving you another case to try?
Nothing in particular.
And I have a funny feeling. I have a funny feeling the generation might try to favor that kind of deal.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'd do tests with 1 first if it was me. But that's one of those, don't rule that out because it might make it too linear. It's kind of why I had to think on the fly with the Mario vs. Donkey Kong one a little bit more than I did.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's still a modification I need for that one. I just haven't done it. Because I think the mini Mario stages definitely need to have checks in them as well. It's just they also need to be locked behind the boss unlock. But yeah, that's just food for thought on that one.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
It might work flawless with 1. It might decide within the first 4 or however many of each case that it's going to give you another case too.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to wonder if it's gonna wind up doing something too linear on accident kind of deal.
Yeah. We'll see. But I'm working on that. I have not gotten around to printing the Lancer and Garin helmets. I've got Garin fully modeled up. I don't know if I've shown you a picture or not of it fully modeled up.
I don't know if you have either.
I know I dropped it in the Soda Pop Discord. But there's it fully modeled up. It doesn't have the holes to connect to the chin piece for the Soto figure, but that's because I want to print what I have for the Garoon helmet to see if that layout for the holes works, because what I had before didn't. One of the holes didn't line up right. I want to make sure it works right that time, and then I will replicate it on that helmet and then print it. And if they work, hooray, they're done. The only thing I think I might want to do is scale them down slightly, because what I would like to do for my shelf is to give the two of them command. And because for the Soto figures, the visor piece for Geats and Tycoon is actually a separate piece. I can drill in holes for like the connector piece or for the connection on those visor pieces and give it to them and just slam them on the command bodies. But that is a in the future kind of thing, but I need to like scale down the helmet because right now it won't fit the visors because they're a little too big. But that's pretty much all I got. Shall we get to the news then?
I guess we shall.
All right, Summer Games Fest was yesterday. The Jeff Keighley showcase of video games that somebody found out the price tag for it's like a minute, 2 minutes, and 3 minutes. It's like 6 digits of money if you're like not someone fancy or special, essentially, to get showtime for the show. Which was like the entire reason people stopped doing E3 was because it cost a lot of money to do E3 and get floor space there. And then they realized, oh, it's actually cheaper for us to just do our own show. Like, way cheaper. That's something people don't think about is floor space at E3 cost a lot. It was I think it was like a couple $1 million for like a decent amount of floor space at E3. But they showed off a ton of stuff. I watched it via one of the folks I follow on Twitch because I didn't feel like reacting to it. Did you watch it live?
Nope.
Fair enough. So we'll hit some of the highlights on it. I don't think we'll go through everything because I don't think we're interested in everything here.
I think that would be accurate.
Lego Horizon Adventures kick things off because I don't know. I don't know why there's a Lego Horizon game that's not made by the Lego devs. It's certainly a Lego game. Otherwise, drop in co-op, play as Aloy and her friends, do Horizon stuff. Any thoughts?
I mean, not really.
Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Oh right. Lego Horizon is coming to PC, Epic, Switch, PS5 holiday season. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions comes out September 3rd. Steam, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. You can play Quidditch. Hooray, I don't care. Star Wars Outlaws got a new trailer. Civilization 7 got a little teaser trailer. Maybe it'll be better than 6. I didn't care for 6. They took out all the automation stuff you could do late game in that, and that kind of annoyed me. So I didn't really care for 6 after a while. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero had a new trailer confirming what-if scenarios along with some other playable characters and stuff. We got a story trailer for that Arkham VR game that we talked about a while back. Yeah, it seems like kind of a year 2 Batman situation, and you're up against the Rat King. Doesn't it sound exciting?
Not really, no.
In better exciting news, Street Fighter 6 showed off its 2nd season of characters. 2 of them are from Fatal Fury. It's Terry Bogard and Mai will be joining the cast alongside Elena from the Alpha series and a revived, probably clone of M. Bison. We're not sure on what this M. Bison is in specific, but it is an M. Bison. It's cool that there's Fatal Fury characters coming to Street Fighter. invokes the old Street Fighter versus SNK games. Bloomhouse Games showed up a bunch of horror titles and stuff. The thing that broke the Toku Twitter folks that I saw, and I was surprised about, a Mighty Morphin beat-em-up game called Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, coming from Digital Eclipse. This actually looks good. This is like the first thing that really got me excited the entire show. Because it's pretty much just like, hey, you like that Turtles game? Here's essentially a Power Rangers one. Looks like it's up to 5-player co-op. Beat 'em up. There's first-person Megazord sequences, and it looks like a few other first-person sequences as well. Because there's a roller coaster segment and I think it's first-person, but there's like a bike segment. It looks like. So a lot of cool stuff. They're throwing some really cool things in here. This looks fun. It was like the first thing that popped me. So congrats. You did the bare minimum, Summer Game Fest. Congratulations. No date on this yet, but you can wishlist it on Steam. If you want this game, wishlist it on Steam. It doesn't matter if you're picking it up on another platform. Just wishlist it on Steam. That will support the devs. Just do it. Just do it. Mecha Break, I think this has been shown off before. It's a mech combat game. It looks pretty decent. It's like Daemon X Machina, except more Gundam adjacent in terms of a lot of how the mechs and stuff look. But it looks fun. Alan Wake 2 DLC is out by now. They said it would be out within 24 hours, and I believe it's out by now. You'll be playing as a few different characters from various Remedy games in Alan Wake 2 DLC. Skate got new gameplay. They're still working on it. It's a live service game.
It'll be dead within a year.
Probably. We got some clips from the Among Us television animated series. It looked fine. The more important thing is that the Among Us devs have launched Outer Sloth. What is it? It's them publishing a whole bunch of games. Pretty much. They went, hey, you made us a ton of money via Among Us. You know what we're going to do? We're going to publish a bunch of other people's video games. Do they not have? Oh, they don't have a list. There was one game in there that looked pretty cool. It was like a ship combat game. They have the Twitter video and the link. But they kind of have like a Lego, like Mars, like game called Mars First Logistics. Oh, I forget the name of this game. They'll say it in the trailer, so give me 1 second. Battleship Brigade. The people who did Battleship Brigade, they're doing Battlesuit Aces, and the Among Us devs are gonna publish it. It's like a mech card-based game. Bossfield Archives is kind of like a walk and build kind of game. One Button Bosses is a one-button like boss rush game. Kind of has some shmup feels to it, but again, it's like one button. Rogue Eclipse. This is what I was thinking about. This looks cool. It is ship combat, like fast-paced ship combat in space. I don't know if this game will be good or not, but it looks interesting. It looks cool, and it scratches an itch for me that I desperately need it scratched. And lastly, name Project Dosa. A little like food-based RPG. But yeah, cool stuff all around from the folks over at Among Us. Any particular thoughts on any of that?
No, not really. I mean, few of them that I'd be interested to see how they go by the time they're, rolling kind of deal.
Yeah.
See how many people pick up on them.
I feel like for most people, that was the big win, was them just going, hey, we're using our money to publish other people's games. Because that's logistically complicated and costs a lot of money. So we're going to take care of that for people. And I'm like, cool. Apparently you've won Summer Game Fest, according to a lot of people I follow. Let's see, a Dune game and it's Kingdom Come Deliverance. Slitherhead apparently trailer leaked early, but it's here now. It's like a horror game. For some reason, it reminds me of PsyOps, the Mindgate Conspiracy, and I'm probably the only person who remembers that game.
Probably.
It's a PS2, like, psychic third-person shooter game where you use psychic powers and stuff. You could, like, hijack other people in this game and use them and whatever special abilities they have, I guess, and
you're probably the only one that remembers the game.
Yeah. This looks fine. Delta Force Hawk. Killer Bean was a thing I saw some people pop off for. It's a... Would you like Max Payne and a sandbox? Like an open world sandbox, essentially? Because this is what it feels like, but it has a bit of style to it, and it's Killer Bean, which is some movie that flopped, I think.
Probably.
I don't know. It looked fine. Also, one second, I have to go let my dog out. Alright, I'm back.
Alright, welcome back.
Let's see. Wonder Stop, I don't remember. Oh, this is from the Stanley Parable guys that are like, hey, you're a person who like wants to go fight, but you don't. You just run this complicated little tea shop, and it hints that there's more to it at the end, but it doesn't get into it. But it's from the Stanley Parable guy, so I'd expect shenanigans of some foot. Pal World's got a new island and stuff and more pals. Monster Wild's got new gameplay and stuff. It looked cool. I like that they've expanded upon the mounted stuff with the dog. Now you have like a chocobo kind of creature that you're riding and you can like do mounted combat on. But it looks cool and stuff. I wouldn't mind hopping into new Monster Hunter. Kitsugami got a new trailer. And they ended on Phantom Blade Zero, which is a Souls-like game. Those are coming in a dime a dozen, and I don't really care. I feel bad about that, being like, I don't care for Souls-like games, I think. That might just be me. I don't know. So, how do you feel about Summer Game Fest in general?
Bunch of meh.
That's what it really felt like to me. It was just like, oh, all these look fine and stuff, but like nothing's really like getting me excited except like a Power Rangers game and the Monster Hunter. But I already knew about that. There was nothing new here for me, at least, besides that. So, it's eh. I don't think it deserves like a D, because I saw Jeff Keighley put up a Twitter poll and everyone voted D or worse on it. It feels like a solid C, at least. It's a solid middle of the road show.
I don't know. I might could agree with the internet on this one.
Yeah.
I think low C, high D, somewhere in that range.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we're using the new grading scale, and then it would definitely be a full-on C, maybe even a B.
Coming in with low expectations, aren't we?
No, have you heard about the new grading scale for schools?
No.
Yeah. There's a reason I said it that way.
Look, I have enough dreams about being back in school and missing assignments and tests and all that shit. I don't want to go back or think about school in general. You have no idea how often that is for me. Anyway, shall we move on to the state of play?
I guess so.
All right. They spent a very, very long time telling us about Concord. Would you care to guess what Concord is?
Something that probably won't go too far.
It is a 5v5 competitive hero shooter.
Yep, won't go too far.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, actually that too, but high Overwatch is what I meant to say.
Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Valorant. Valorant's a hero shooter.
Yeah, I started to say Overwatch and Valorant came out anyhow. That's why I was like, well, that wasn't what I was meaning to say, but
Granted,
that works.
Valorant is like in the middle between like hero shooter and Counter-Strike, because it's got the hero shooter abilities and stuff, but the gameplay is more Counter-Strike and how it's like very hyper, like, oh god, how do you describe Counter-Strike besides Counter-Strike? Like very Twitch, but like even more so than like a COD, I feel like, because I feel like you could call COD a Twitch shooter. But anyway, I feel like watching this like story trailer does not give me hero shooter vibes. It's like, oh, this is like a co-op adventure game with like you picking one of these characters that has special abilities and stuff. And it's like, oh no, this is a 5v5 competitive shooter. And I'm like, what? Why is it a hero shooter that's competitive? None of this gives me those vibes. But all right, sure.
Trying to copy Overwatch, that's all that is.
The trailer feels like it's copying Guardians in terms of tone and character. God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC September 19th. Concord comes out August 23rd, PS5 and PC. Hooray. You know what did make me happy?
The next one.
Yes, this Astrobot game, because oh my god, this Astrobot game looks really good. This looks cool and fun! Like, I don't care if it's all like, oh, here's like historical PlayStation stuff and like maybe a bit pandering to that. I don't care, it looks fun. It looks like a fun little platformer. You do fun, cool things in this. You get to fucking suplex a worm. Like a big ass worm. You get to suplex that thing several times over. Hell yeah. I was trying to find the point where you suplex the worm. Oh wait, no, is it? Oh no. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's like 128 in the trailer. Like you have different powers and abilities you can pick up. It's like someone went, you know what makes those Mario games look cool? Really good platforming and really fun power-ups and stuff that let you do cool, fun things. Why don't we do that? And then someone went, yeah, let's do that. Also, the PS5 is as a spaceship, and that somehow makes sense.
It doesn't look like they're cashing in on Mario as hard as it feels like they're cashing in on like Ratchet and Clank.
Almost like that's a PlayStation game of some kind. You know what? Maybe that's why I'm really into it, because, you know, I am Ratchet and Clank fan over here.
Because I'm getting more vibes with that.
Yeah. You know what? That works even better because that's a PlayStation thing. Even more like, hey, let's tap into our history. But yeah, it just looks cool and fun, and it makes me care more about PlayStation games than Hero Shooter 459. Like, this is charming. Concord is not charming. I don't know. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right. Marvel Rivals is getting all right, it's done its closed test. It's getting a console beta test in July on PS5 and Series X. It's another hero shooter. It looks fine. Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay. Silent Hill 2 remake release date, which is October 8th. A new Dynasty Warriors that it looks a little too colorless for me. Why does this feel a little too muted for Dynasty Warriors? Maybe it's just me. I feel like Dynasty Warriors should be a bit more like animated and like over the top because it's Dynasty Warriors. Path of Exile 2. Until Dawn's getting a remaster. Where Winds Meets is some wushu style action RPG. Oh, it's another Dark Souls kind of game. Hooray. Oh, we're out of stuff. I kept scrolling to be like, oh, look, we're out of things. Is anything past that you think looks interesting?
No.
Yeah, much like a lot of Sony shows, this is
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sony, you really don't put on good shows. I feel like I never really come out of a Sony show excited.
I mean, truthfully, unless it's a Nintendo one, they all have a hard time selling us on more than maybe one thing.
Does that say more about us or about the shows?
A little bit of both.
Yeah, probably.
Because it feels like they're not putting all their heavy hitters forefront kind of deal.
Well, it feels like Microsoft is in shambles because, oops, we paid too much money for Activision Blizzard and we can't get games out the door. And Sony is, oops, we've put too much money into live service games and then backtracked on that. And oops, we have nothing in development that is showable.
I also have to wonder if it's not a case with both of them that maybe they're also looking at hardware.
Maybe. But I feel like no one's really pushed the PS5 and the Series X to their limits for that to be a thing.
I'm not necessarily meaning console side though.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if truthfully, it wouldn't surprise me if the Series X and S isn't Microsoft's last console, period. They're getting to a point where they're not really aiming for that kind of deal.
Yeah.
Sony, on the other hand, the way they dabbled as much into the VR stuff, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't try to do that again. Because I could see that being their next logical leap kind of deal.
Yay, that thing that... I don't know, it just feels like there's not enough good things on VR. I feel like I've seen one really cool VR game, and that lets you do really fun, like, melee combat stuff and weapon stuff, and I forget the name of it. I know I've seen it this week. But it's like the one time where I'm like, that's VR fun. That's doing things you can't do in a normal video game. Is doing all this trick shit with weapons and stuff. And you can only really do that in VR. And I'm like, that's somewhat understanding how to do fun in VR instead of, I don't know, hitting numbers in order on a bad guy that apparently the Arkham game is going to do. Because I've seen a picture of what the gameplay is, and it's like, here's two big circles. One of them is 1, the other one is 2. You have to hit them in order. And I'm like, wow, way to sink this game already. I guess before we get to the rest of our smaller bits of news, any predictions for Microsoft tomorrow?
I mean, not really, because it's probably going to be pretty much kind of like what we saw with PlayStation. Just a bunch of mismatched together stuff that some people care about and most people are like, that's a thing.
Will we see a Halo?
Nope.
Will we see a Gears of War?
Nope.
Will we see that one Fable game being made by the Forza devs for some godforsaken reason?
Maybe, but probably not.
I did not know that new Fable game that they had a teaser trailer for a long time ago was being made by Turn 10. That now baffles me to no end of like, wait, you have this dev that is really good at making racing games. Why the fuck are they making a Fable? Why?
I can tell you one thing we probably will see.
Call of Duty?
Yep.
I mean, they have an entire segment for that. I believe that's not even going to be at the showcase. They have an entire segment after the showcase for that.
You know what? You know what? I take back what I said about Halo not being there. They will, just because they don't have enough stuff to actually fill out a show properly, they will do some kind of mention of the current Halo Infinite season or the next one of the two. Just because they don't have enough stuff to fill out.
I think I saw somewhere, I'm trying to find it again, that the show's supposed to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Uh-huh. That's why I'm like, you know what? I take that back.
For those wondering, that is half an hour longer than the Summer Game Fest, because that was 2 hours.
And I will laugh when they have the smallest list of stuff revealed.
Some part of me deep in my heart desires to do a live reaction to it.
Because all I can say is be prepared for them to world premiere stuff that has already premiered.
But then again, another part of me is just like, no, I want to watch somebody else's reaction to this so I can laugh along with them, because I don't want to watch this alone. It'll be sad and depressing, and I will laugh the entire time. What about Nintendo's Direct that is not dated but will happen this month?
That they don't have anything major for, so it'll mostly be indie stuff.
Probably.
Because let's be real. If the Switch 2 is gonna be coming out next year, then we might as well just go ahead and call Prime 4 dead for the Switch. It would be a Switch 2 game, if anything, at this point.
Which is probably why we've not heard about it for a long time.
It's possible if the Switch 2 is fully backwards compatible, we might get the Prime Trilogy on the Switch. But I'm kind of doubting it. And outside of that, literally any other major Nintendo franchise, they wouldn't do a release this late into the cycle of it.
I'm going to make a call. Codename Steam Remaster for the Switch.
Only because you said remastered. Possible. The other thing that I've seen has made hints towards like the 2 Zelda remakes we got for the Wii U possibly being ready to be able to be released. Yeah. And I seem to recall we had the same kind of talk with the Prime Remaster.
Yeah.
So I mean that one I'm kind of leaning a little more with, but the big question is, would they really do that? The Switch has been the thing for them to remaster GameCube games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess both technically are GameCube games, but they both also have a remaster. So I don't know if they would go ahead and do that. I think if they were going to hold that back, that might be our holdover Zelda games until another Zelda title comes out for the Switch 2 kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely aren't getting Mario Kart 9, I can tell you that much. Or I guess technically you could say Mario Kart 10, seeing as how the DLC booster courses essentially gave us Mario Kart 9.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that actually to be the thing, where we're just going to go from Mario Kart 8 to Mario Kart 10.
I think I saw something that there's some 3DS remake of something gonna be coming to the Switch. I don't know if I can find it in a decent amount of time. Also, I just realized the Summer Game Fest list I had forgot to mention one thing that I wanted to mention. Honkai Star Rail had a little segment. They had their patch showcase earlier that day, like in the morning, to show off the next patch, and they teased some characters to come in the following patch. Well, at the Summer Game Fest, they showed off March 7th's new form that they've been teasing and talking about on their showcase or in their patch videos for the last couple times. So, yay! Just thought I'd mention that real quick. See if I can find that 3DS remake thing.
I'm trying to think what it would have been.
Okay, here it is. Rumored Switch port of a 3DS game that is coming in 2025 is not Kid Icarus Uprising, Metroid Samus Returns, A Link Between Worlds, and Mario Luigi Dream Team. So not them.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a duh. That's why I was like, I honestly don't know what it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Because there again, kind of gets back to what I said about what they've been doing remake-wise. If they're pulling from the GameCube era, if anything, they would be pulling the DS stuff for remakes. 3DS would actually be off the table, much like Wii U.
Yeah. Also, since you brought up the Twilight Princess one, I remembered this. Midori, who does the Persona leaks and stuff, and has been dabbling in some other stuff, pretty much backs a rumor that Nintendo is sitting on a Twilight Princess remaster. By pretty much just going, I don't know why Nintendo has not released it yet. They have it. It's done.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw.
Okay.
Which makes me also think that if they fixed that for Twilight Princess to port it from the Wii U forward, they probably also have done that for Wind Waker, and or could do that in a relatively short time.
Yeah.
So that's one of those I'm like, truthfully, that means both of them are on the table.
You know what we'll get? Because they've announced this before, and it came out within 6 months of them announcing it.
What?
Hyrule Warriors 2. Or 3 in this case,
3.
technically.
Yeah, now.
Hyrule Warriors 3.
That's about the only thing that could tie into a main Nintendo franchise.
Yeah.
But here's the question. So, Hyrule Warriors 1 obviously was the big, we're gonna do Legend of Zelda, but Dynasty Warriors.
Yes.
2 was a what-if scenario for Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
So what the heck's 3 gonna be?
A direct sequel to the first one, but now with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom content properly baked in.
So, in a sense, basically a re-release, just with the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom stuff in there now.
Well, no, it will have new stuff.
With what characters? They literally used every villain in the Zelda franchise.
They didn't use the CDI stuff.
And they're not going to, because Nintendo refuses to acknowledge the CDI exists.
I don't know. Fine then. It will not be Hyrule Warriors 3. It will be the Star Fox Warriors.
One problem with that. Because I started to be like, that actually could work. One problem with that. Nintendo forgets they own that.
Accurate. I think what I'm getting at is there will be a Nintendo Warriors game of some kind. But maybe, I don't know. I kind of want another one.
If anything, it would be a Hyrule Warriors, for lack of a better term, 3. Even though the second one wasn't 2, but
I would say Fire Emblem Warriors 2, but no one liked Fire Emblem Warriors 1 to start with. But granted, that was a very terrible take on the Warriors concept, so I don't think they would try again.
It's one of those. They could do a Hyrule Warriors 3. The problem is exactly what I brought up. You can't just essentially make it a sequel to the first one, because then it's essentially just what we've already done with Definitive Edition. Yeah, the beats are going to be a little different, but it's pretty much going to be the same thing. You can't really do a sequel to the second one, because that was a what-if scenario anyhow, that closed loops and finishes its own story. So what else would you do to that? Not to mention, it was dealing with time travel shenanigans, which Tears of the Kingdom deals with too.
I would also say that it technically foreshadowed an aspect of Tears of the Kingdom that I absolutely hate, that I have realized after I played Tears of the Kingdom of like, oh god, Age of Calamity foreshadowed this. Or foreshadowed a part of it. I don't know if I've told you what it is or not.
I don't know if you have or not, but I also know that I may or may not ignore stuff for Tears of the Kingdom a good little bit.
Okay.
Mainly because, for whatever reason, I just have not been able to get into it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not really a story spoiler, to be honest, because it's a fairly early thing. Zelda is the Sage of Time, because the sages are a thing in this game. I wonder where Terracotta got his time magic from. I hate that Age of Calamity literally put it on the table that it's like, yeah, Zelda probably has time magic. We're not going to really tell you that until Tears of the Kingdom comes around, and then it's like, oh shit, Zelda has time magic. Wait. Fuck, that's how Terracotta was able to fucking time travel people to the past. Because Zelda gave him that magic. God damn it. I don't know if the Age of Calamity people knew that or not. Because it makes too much sense. Anywho, I guess anything else
did. But yeah, that's one of those I'm like, as much as that would be fun to have that, I don't think they at least could do it right now.
Yeah. Smash Warriors?
Okay, so basically just another Smash Brothers release.
I mean, like a Warriors game, but now it's like other Nintendo characters.
Okay. Okay. And...
I don't know. I'm reaching.
Yeah.
I've got no. I don't know what Nintendo's gonna show off, because I'm like, it can't be anything major because they're gonna keep that in the pocket for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know.
I think this is more gonna be an indie direct than anything kind of deal. Because I'm not lack of any other reason there. Now, I mean, could be completely wrong. They might surprise the entire internet and break the eShop yet again and shadow drop Prime 4 or something. It wouldn't surprise me with them. They've done it before.
Yeah, because then they opened the direct with announcing Dread.
I believe they either did, or it was like middle of the direct and they said that you would be able to get it at the end of the direct. But from the moment they said that on, the eShop was then broke.
I swear they started a direct with
every time that they do anything big and shadow drop it, the eShop breaks immediately. So it's one of those, it wouldn't surprise me if they did something like that. I think it even tried to break, and I do say tried because I actually don't think it broke for this one. I think it did try to break for the Prime Remaster also.
No, I'm wrong. Okay, so it was E3 2021. So it started with Kazuya announcement for Smash. Dread was in the middle. And I think they...
because the Smash announcement, I think, is what broke the eShop. And then the Dread didn't help with that either.
And then they ended with the first look at Tears of the Kingdom. Like the first proper look at Tears of the Kingdom. Like, not the teaser with the Link and Zelda Underground. No, the first real look at, but when it actually got named Tears of the Kingdom.
Again, Nintendo loves breaking the eShop. Sometimes I feel like they just want to do it as a stress test.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It still wasn't called Tears of the Kingdom yet. It was the first look at gameplay and stuff, but it was still the sequel to Breath of the Wild. My bad. It was not Tears of the Kingdom yet. I guess I want Nintendo to do something fun.
I feel like if they needed another stress test of the eShop, they will release something big and do it as a shadow drop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're probably not seeing anything out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be an indie direct, if anything. I'm going to laugh when I eat those words, because they've done something major that no one expected.
Yeah. Because as far as I know, also, nothing's really leaked for Nintendo's. Unless Midori has said something and I've just not seen it.
I mean, I don't even... And this is all seriousness here. I don't even really think that a Twilight Princess remaster for the Switch would be enough to draw that kind of a hype.
Yeah, because I think Nintendo, at least, like said, projection-wise, they're expecting the Switch to sell enough units to overtake the 3DS. From like its third place position. And I'm like, they have to have something major to make that happen.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, look at the 3DS, new 3DS setup.
Mm-hmm.
They both could play 3DS games. It's just one could play it better than the other. Look at what we've gotten. Granted, it's all teaser information kind of deal and leaks. But look at what we've seen out of the Switch 2 specs compared to the Switch.
Yeah.
It looks like it's that same pattern of upgrade to console, but they're probably not changing the games themselves. So if that's the case, then that means the regular Switches should still be able to play Switch 2 games at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be till part of the way through the life cycle that there's no way that you can play it on a Switch.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that's enough to push it all the way, or enough to be classified as the same, because I'm willing to bet 3DS and the new 3DS stuff never got separated.
I guess any other thoughts?
No.
Alright then, an update from last time. We have in-game, like in-running footage for the Marvel vs. Capcom, now dubbed Infinite Beyond mod that Maximilian Dew and Wistful Hopes is working on. So this is that new art style and stuff for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but we can see it running now. Maximilian Dew will have a stream tomorrow night. He streams late, so it'll be like 9-10 o'clock on his stream, if not later. But we see it in motion, and it looks pretty good. I think Wistfuls is releasing this standalone for now, kind of just these like updated models and stuff. I don't know how extensive it is roster-wise, but it looks really good. But any thoughts?
No.
All right. Next up, something we have talked about on a couple different streams. Reportedly, Microsoft is considering doing a new Halo Combat Evolved as a remake of it. It will come to the PS5. No studios attached to it. Nothing else. This is just coming from one of the folks over on the over as a part of the Verge. But that is basically it. It's a part of their Project Latitude initiative to like get their games to other platforms and stuff. But that's like where Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded are all part of in terms of them getting released elsewhere. Apparently a part of this is that a new game is expected to be announced. We've seen that in their leaks. The leaks from the FCC, I believe, that something new for Doom is coming. A new Gears game. And that seems to be the gist of it. Any thoughts on Halo CE A2 Turbo Edition, I guess?
I mean, it wouldn't be CEA.
CE Turbo Edition.
It'd be CER.
Yeah, that actually works, CER.
No, besides the fact that it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, the talk of this seems like it's like not even really in development. It is a concept being pitched by, I guess, a team internally somewhere, maybe 343, maybe elsewhere within Xbox's umbrella. Whether or not it gets greenlit or not, I guess we'll see. I will say, probably don't expect this for like 4 years if it even does get off the ground. But a remaster that is happening, Yooka-laylee. It's getting a remaster with the improved camera and controls and new challenges and stuff. Why? I didn't think anyone liked Yooka-laylee.
I mean, no one hated it. Just no one liked it all the way either.
Yeah, I thought it just like kind of ended up being a dud for a lot of people because it's like, oh hey, it's the Banjo-Kazooie people. Oh, it's not Banjo-Kazooie, unfortunately. But it's a thing. That's neat. Last up, we're getting a live-action Yakuza series dubbed Like a Dragon Yakuza.
That actually might turn out pretty good.
And guess who is Kiryu Kazuma in this? I'm sure if you read the article, you will see it because it's oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, that name's too familiar. Hold on here. Scroll down.
Ryuba Takuchi, aka Tamari Shinosuke from Kamen Rider Drive, will be playing Kiryu.
That might actually work.
Oh fuck. Apparently Gaim's actor has played Majima at some point, but I forgot where. It might have been in a stage play of Yakuza. Or no, he didn't play Majima. He played Kiryu's buddy. Oh, I don't remember his name, but Gaim's actor has played Kiryu's buddy in a different Yakuza thing.
That might actually work, kind of deal.
I find it funny that the Kamen Rider alumni that played a cop is now going to be playing a Yakuza. But this is going to be on Amazon Prime. It'll debut October 24th. I don't think we have an episode count. Oh, wait, no. First three. 6 episodes, first 3 October 25th, and the final 3 on November 1st. So a 6-episode miniseries, really. It will have an English dub.
I probably will not be using that.
Fair. No other details. You know what? I'll give it a watch, especially because Tamari's in it. I want to see how he does Kiryu. Especially because I think that's Kiryu's tattoo really from Zero. Because I believe it gets filled in a later game. No, never mind. That is his proper one from later games. Never mind. For reference, I'll throw this to you. That's what his tattoo looks in Yakuza 0 and what it looks like in Kiwami 2, essentially. And since it's filled in color, then this is a not Yakuza 0 Kiryu story. So I guess maybe adapting Yakuza 1? It doesn't say when it's... Oh, taking place over 2 time periods, 1995 and 2005, and follows... 95. Is that Yakuza 0?
I don't know.
I know. I've only ever played two Yakuza games, and it's 0 and 7. AKA the prequel and the one that doesn't star Kiryu. So I have, you know what? Not gonna think too hard about it. Just watch it. I guess any other thoughts?
Nah.
All right, then. That's it for news. Releases. We're gonna skip to the 11th with Ark Survival Ascended for PlayStation 5, Bloodstained Ritual of Night Classic 2, Dominique's Revenge for Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. Mortal Kombat 1's Homelander character release will be from the Switch. Dragon Knight Adventures Resparked for PS4, 5, and Switch. On the 12th, Clue, the classic mystery game, Whispering Pines Retreat, crime scene for the Switch. Excuse me, I think that's for a different Clue game than the one we have. Apparently they did a new Clue.
Sounds about right.
On the 13th, Hidden Cats in Paris for the Switch. On the 14th, Modern Hunter Stories 1 and 2, along with a collection, will be released across PS4 and Switch. S&T's 5's re-release with new content dubbed Vengeance will be coming out for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch, along with 2 additional subquests. Title Principle 2, Road to Elysium for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 5. Heck, damn it, I missed one. I always missed one. Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun Forges of Corruption for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5. On the 20th, FNAF Help Wanted 2 for PlayStation 5. I think they announced the new FNAF game at Summer Game Fest. It was either there or somewhere else. There's a new FNAF game coming. The big thing on the 21st, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, and 5. I know a few people I follow will be streaming that endlessly. Darn it, I missed an Android iOS one. That looks to be really it. Not super whole lot. Anything stand out to you?
No.
All right, then that'll do it for this week. Tomorrow it's something.
Probably gonna be more Fortnite.
Fair enough. Next Thursday, I'll be continuing Chrono Trigger. Next Friday, it's a Switch multi-world of Archipelago manuals. It might be Ace Attorney. It might be something else on my end. I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
I haven't decided mine either.
But it'll be fun.
The only thing that I can say is mine probably will not be Mario Kart 8.
Hmm. And then next Saturday, we continue our look at S4 Dynazenon with the next 4 episodes. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate chipping away at that Philly goal at TGS Network on Mastodon on social, at TGS Saloon on Twitter. Give you updates when we go live. Next page point, Discord and chat. This is like drop by, say hi. See you tomorrow, folks.